You want to know the key to me making millions of dollars with Airbnb passive income? Private rooms. Now I'm going to tell you why private rooms are the key to me making millions of dollars with Airbnb passive income, and how most people, because they think differently about these things, do it all the same way and lose a lot more money than they're actually making. There's three real reasons why private rooms are the key: and more control, less risk, and more profitability. From a control perspective, when we do private rooms, we can go and come 24/7. Why? Because the rooms are the only things that's private. The common areas are what's shared. So if they're shared, we can come and go. Whether it be myself, which I haven't been to one of my places in ages, or someone on my team, my cleaners, or someone in management can go check on the place whenever they want. Less risk. So less risk is, as it relates to people doing less damage, or the opportunity for less damage, and less risk when there are cancellations from a revenue perspective. So damage. So the damage part is kind of ties into the first one, which is more control, being able to come and go. So from a damage perspective, when we have our professional out-of-town business travelers coming and staying at our places, we mitigate that with having multiple people in our places. So for instance, if I have 4 rooms in a home, and they're all 4 of those rooms are being hosted to separate guests, then if something goes wrong, meaning like someone's breaking one of the house rules, which rarely happens, but they're breaking one of the house rules, say they're smoking or they're drinking or they have additional guests or they're loud, chances are, like, there's a 99.9% chance that we're going to find out that there's an issue well before we find out from either the cops or from the neighbors or even the landlord, because the other guests are going to say, hey, Jim, or whoever, someone is smoking or drinking or have extra guests or loud or not abiding by the house rules. And so we'll be able to handle that very, very quickly. And we don't have to wait. We can, depending on what it is, it's just a matter of a communication and it's handled. Or if it escalates past that point and warrants us going in, then typically one of our cleaners or someone on our management staff will be able to go over there and just check on things. Less risk perspective as it relates to profitability, or less risk as it relates to revenue. If I have all 4 of those, if that whole house is occupied by one person versus all 4 of those rooms being occupied by 4 different professional guests, then if I have like a $10,000 booking for the month for that house, then if that booking is canceled, then that whole $10,000 goes away. And then being able to fill that house for $10,000 isn't as simple, because typically when people are booking a whole house, they're coming with a crew of people, like their family or others that are traveling with them. And now it's about them, it's about someone else also having to, coordinate with multiple people to book a whole house for a month. So it's not as simple filling that loss as it is when, say for instance, someone cancels and you have all 4 rooms booked, and say it is a $10,000 booking. If someone cancels, it's just 1 room out of 4. So if it's just 1 room out of 4, that's only a quarter of that $10,000 booking. And the other piece is the professional out-of-town business clients that are traveling, they it's easy to fill another booking because they're typically traveling just by themselves or maybe with one other person. So they're pretty nimble, and it's able to get filled very quickly. So that, from a less liability perspective, less risk perspective, that is also how that ties in. Hopefully that was helpful, and if it was, then then what I want you to do is just subscribe to the channel. And once you subscribe, just leave a comment. It was helpful. And what I'll do is I'll send you my cheat sheet as well, just so that you can see how to pick some of these things up, right? And have landlords reaching out to you. I'll send you my free cheat sheet. So God bless you, and I'll talk to you soon. You got this.